covering ShoeonHead's Pragmatic video. I don't know, should I? I've never even really gone over ShoeonHead.
Well, eggs are drying up. If you're a woman online, you have probably heard that many times.
Off rip, I hate the fact that her shit still looks like it did in like what is it? I'm sorry, the camera, like what's happening here? Why is it still like 2005 YouTube or 2007 YouTube?
Your eggs are drying up. If you're a woman online, you have probably heard that many times. Perhaps this image haunts you at night. It is a true fact that women's fertility begins to decline at age 30, and they suddenly wake up and get what we call baby fever. But what about the men? Do their sperms rot? Do their balls shrivel up into little raisins and die? Do they wake up one day and get baby fever? Do men have a biological clock in the same way women do? I've briefly joked about this in videos before. In fact, a clip of mine from a video I did a few months ago actually went viral recently thanks to the VTuber Smugalana.
Ah, yes, the male biological clock. It's not physical, but spiritual.
I'm already getting fucking mind blasted by... I have seen a Nux Talkie video. I can power through this.
Well, men will deny this, but they absolutely have a biological clock. It may not hit in your teens or your 20s, but one day you're going to have a dream. You have a little daughter making you pancakes with your wife in the morning, and you're not going to be able to get it out of your head. And the comments were full of men discussing their dreams to start a family. There is not much discussion about men's desire to have children. Like many things, it's not really something they talk about publicly. That was until a certain video.
I'm already breaking into hives because I have not watched this video. But the people who were talking about, oh, they want, like I've said this before, if a fucking video game is what gets you to want to have children, you need to stop. If playing a video game when you are playing as a digital character with a AI child avatar looking motherfucker, that makes you want to be a dad? Is that what you think fatherhood is? And then when she said in that little viral clip about you're gonna think about your daughter making you pancakes with your wife, why am I thinking about my daughter doing domesticated fucking activities? Like, as someone who does want to be a parent, if I have a daughter, which would be, you know, awesome daughter, son, whatever, I'm not thinking of her fucking cooking food. I'm thinking of how soon can I get her to watch anime? How soon is too soon to put her on Spider-Man? Which comic book and manga am I going to introduce to her first? How shall I force her to be a nerd? How will I corrupt her like I've done my cousins, okay? Should I slip? Should I just, oh, look at this. Oh, here's a picture book. And who's this? Oh, is that Goku? Like, that's my thought process. What game console will be available for her to play when she's able to play video games? Not, oh my God, she's going to cook me fucking food in the morning because I'm not a goddamn child. I can cook for myself. My first thought would not be domesticated tasks for my child. If anything, I should be cooking her pancake because she's too goddamn young.
Game came out.
Just, what are you?
I am DI-03367, a state-of-the-art pragmatic created here at the Cradle. I possess basic life-saving...
How about we call you Diana?
Diana?
Pragmata is a sci-fi action game where you play as astronaut Hugh Williams, who is sent to investigate an abandoned moon base. He meets a childlike android named Diana, and they team up to survive and escape the space station. Along the way, they uncover what went wrong and defeat the bad guys, all while forming a strong emotional bond.
I mean, that is one generic way to describe the game.
I'm counting on you, kiddo.
But it seems to have awakened something deep within gamers, especially male gamers. The urge to get married and have kids. I'm not planning on getting married and having kids, but damn, this game is like fatherhood calling to me. Is this how women feel about their body?
This is so fucking stupid. Like, again, like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And I know they're going to try to frame it as, how dare you want to shame men for having children? I'm shaming them in this context. A video game, I'm sorry, bro. Especially a video game, I'd understand if if it was like fucking The Walking Dead, right? Like the Telltale games, but I'd understand that. This is not that. This is like playing fucking Death Stranding and being like, damn, bro, taking care of this little baby fetus makes me want to be a father. Or like playing The Last of Us and going, you know what? Killing all these zombies, killing all these people with Ellie and Joel, their relationship makes me want to be a dad. It's like, why? Why does that make you want to be a father? Why does that make you want to have a child? They just say that, but why? Because Diana's cute? Like, you don't have to take care of Diana. She's a fucking robot. I mean, in real life, she's not real. But in the context, she's a fucking robot, dude. She's going to be a child forever. You're not going to get the experience of seeing your child grow or anything like that.
Biological clocks? This game makes me want a daughter. What is this feeling inside me? It can't be. It's like, I want to protect. It's like, I want to burn anyone.
All right.
I want to like Pragmata, but I can't, knowing that men are also enjoying it.
This is a game for incels. Babe, wake up! It's time for your yearly gamer culture war slap. It's 2014 forever.
Yearly? This has been happening daily.
Man, we are never going to escape Mr. Gamergate's wild ride. In this video, we are going to discuss the facts and theories behind the so-called male biological clock, after we discuss the drama surrounding the game Pragmata, and how a bunch of men expressing a simple, wholesome desire, the desire to start a family, has turned into yet another culture war. Yet another gender war. The gender war. Men versus women, women versus men, the male loneliness epidemic, the female loneliness epidemic, dealing with dating apps, hookup.
What's the female loneliness epidemic? That's not a thing.
Up culture. Do men like curvy or thin women? Do women like depth?
Okay, I get it.
That reminds me. Before we get deeper into this video, let's quickly give a shout out to today's
Sponsor,
sponsors. More
okay.
get made spangle with us. Hence, faucets lying in sure. Fixings feel right. My invest which 5 the.
Oh my god.
Then enter sponsor.
How many fucking sponsors? Is this the same sponsor?
Throughout history, there have been countless stories centered around a very specific dynamic. The adult protector and a child. You see it everywhere. In video games, they call it a dad simulator. The Walking Dead, The Last of Us, God of War, Detroit Become Human, BioShock, Life is Strange. Also movies like Logan, True...
Wait. I'm sorry. One of these games is not like the other.
Detroit Become
Human is not a dad simulator. The one protecting the child is the female android. And spoiler alert, that child she's protecting is also a fucking robot.
Human, BioShock, Life is Strange.
Life is Strange 2. Again, it's not a dad simulator. Life is Strange 2, they're two brothers. So that dynamic doesn't even exist there.
Also movies like Logan, True Grit, in a way, Monsters Inc., shows like The Mandalorian, literature has done it forever with The Road, Les Miserables, and many, many others. It shows up time and time again.
Damn, no lone wolf and convention? No culture.
Because it taps into something deeply human. The instinct to protect, to guide, to teach, to nurture something more vulnerable than yourself. It is a beautiful and powerful story that has been told for centuries. And you're like really weird and an incel for enjoying it, actually. Incel game. If you buy this game, I'm gonna assume you are a pedophile. I feel like it's a breach of ethics at this point to design child characters for an audience of majority male gamers. Like, let's stop with the defense.
Okay, I'm gonna hope. I literally have never seen a ShoeonHead video. I am familiar with who she is though. I've never seen a video of hers, but I hope she at least puts this in the terms of like the context in which the conversation at Pragmata has been held in. And if you guys do not know, you should have watched my video on this, but I got you. People were absolutely being disgusting about this game. Was being absolutely filthy about this game. There was an entire subreddit that got shut down because they were showing essentially CSAM of Diana. There are, and I've showed the tweets of this. There are people who were doing upskirts of her and being upset that they edited the her pants so they couldn't get good angles there. Like, you cannot, in good faith, talk about this game and the controversy surrounding it and just be like, people are calling them incels because they hate fatherhood. It's like, no. cover the whole topic or not at all?
Defenseless girl the big strong man has to protect. This reeks of sexism and control. I hate these father simulator games. They always give me the creeps. This is low genuinely fascist propaganda and gives me propaganda. Okay. If this is fascist propaganda, slap me and call me Adolf. Zoomer women really look at a wholesome game involving a child and wait, what the f is low genuinely? After hearing about toxic masculinity for the past like 15 years now.
Yep. Okay, we're going the pick me route. We're going the pick me route. Got it.
It comes up where it's overwhelmingly positive masculinity. And what is the response? I think the funniest thing about the pragmatic controversy is that those incels genuinely think they could ever get near enough to a woman to impregnate one. It's not nuanced. Pragmata is blatant pedophilia catered to male gooner gamers. Why are people thinking this is sexual or makes you a pedophile? Because men are notorious for being peds and disgusting humans. They sexualize everything. You are not very smart. A lot of loser males who...
And I will say this too, as someone who also does use Twitter for their content videos, I'm not trying to be a hypocrite, right? I also do this shit too. I'm also aware of the type of people who are on Twitter, which is why I don't just rely solely on tweets from the internet. Which is why I know there was an entire subreddit that got canceled because of Pragmata, specifically people Rule 34ing the girl. Diana. Like, it got shut down. There are articles about this. Let's see if ShoeonHead even touches this.
Often turn to gaming or pedos. It is an unconscious strategy to avoid competing with chat, as well as complementing their own.
I also don't believe that everyone who plays against a fucking pedophile. If that was the case, then I'm going to jail, because look what games in my library. Pragmata. I haven't played it yet, but so I don't want people to be like, oh, you're just no. As someone who also is going to play this game, I do not believe everyone who plays this game is a pedophile. However, I'm not going to ignore the fact that there are a lot of pedophiles on the internet, especially on Twitter, who were way too excited about this game.
Pure attorneyness. Stalled development. What? Y'all are full of shit talking about dad instincts.
Okay, just
doll.
get over it. Okay.
Is this expanded? This looks like a cute kid to me. Like, that is just literally a cute little kid. I do not see the sexualization, and I am a huge pervert, mind you. I do not see what the f these people are talking about. Are there creepy people on the internet who are sexualizing Diana? Yes, absolutely yes. It is a small minority, but it is still disgusting.
An entire subreddit. It's also then a small minority of people who are talking about the shit you're talking about too. You don't get to do that. You can't, and I knew this would happen. You cannot use a small vocal minority and then dismiss the other small vocal minority because it doesn't fit the topic you're talking about. If you're going to talk about the pragmatic situation, talk about the pragmatic situation and not just people are calling this an incel simulator. Okay, that's one aspect of it. What's the other aspect of it? Oh, people are actually being pedophilic about this game. Let's ignore this. Let's not talk about that. Let's not load up any of those tweets, right? It's just a quick, that's a tactic, by the way, people do. It's I'm not gonna get technical. It's like, yeah, but it's like when people talk about violence, right? If women were talking about the amount of violence they experience at the hands of men, and I'm trying to dismiss that, I would say, are there men who are violent? Of course there are. But that but is a big one. It's a huge but, okay? That's a BBL. Because what they're doing now is trying to minimize that by not going into any sort of detail, giving no context or anything, and then talking what they want to talk about. To say that, oh yeah, there's some creepy guys, but that's a small minority, so we just ignore it. But there's other small minority of people I'm talking about on Twitter. Let's hyper focus on that, because that now is the bigger issue. Some random people on Twitter going, this game is like gross. You're an incel. That's the main focus, not anything else. This is pick me shit, bro. I'm telling you.
The subreddit had to be shut down because
people were
making not safe for work art of this child, which honestly is not shocking. it's Reddit. That's not the game's fault. The game has nothing creepy in it. These creepy people will always exist, unfortunately.
It's not about that's another thing too. It's not about the game. Like, it's not about the game. The culture war bullshit, it's never about the game. It's about what people can extract from it and how they can manipulate things. No one's mad about Pragmata. Okay, I shouldn't say no one, being, whatever, hyperbolic. But like, people aren't mad about Pragmata. It's the conversation around it. It's the fact that this is even a controversy, right? That's what people are upset about. Because obviously that was going to happen. She just admitted that. Of course, she's like, it's going to happen. It's Reddit, right? But people on the internet are weird. That's what people are talking about. They're talking about the fact that this is happening. And again, if you look out and look at the actual society we're in right now, when you have shit like the Epstein files just not being addressed, when you have pedophiles in our government, when you have a history of these men doing awful, terrible shit to women, that is the context in which this is existing in currently. This would be, again, if let's say there was a war game came out right now, which they always are, but let's say there's a game that came out that specifically has to do with the Middle East, and it's about one group invading another group who can't really fight back. Do you think there'd be no parallels drawn to real world? Why are people so offended about this game? It's a bunch of heroes going in and fighting for their country. You guys don't like heroes? It's like, no, dummy. It's about the fact that the shit surrounding the game, not the game itself.
Made several videos about these people existing. People getting mad here are not getting mad at the people sexualizing Diana. That would be completely understandable. It would make sense if they were going to the accounts that were doing that and calling them creeps, but no, they're for some reason just getting mad at people liking and enjoying the game. They're just spurging out and randomly calling everyone and anyone incels.
Why did they make her look like a porn star, though?
Why is the child sexy? Are you okay? These Twitter freaks see a child, immediately sexualize them, and think everyone else is as creepy as they are. Like, no bitch, that's you.
You are literally describing the people that the people are talking about. Like, you are literally describing the people. Like, she's trying to put this on the people talking about it and saying that they should be addressing people. They are addressing the people. Do you think we're going to see this tweet, mind you? Do I still have this tweet ready to go? I feel like so creepy having a shooting fucking bookmark. Oh my God. Like, do you think she's gonna have like this shit ready to go? Talking about how Pragmata is a psyop to counter the decades of anti-natalist propaganda? Because she talked about propaganda earlier. Mary, do you think she's gonna have this tweet up? This is my bookmark, so it should be fine. You think she's gonna have this tweet up talking about people saying that she's a hard reset? Leia's going back to factory settings. You think she's gonna have that tweet up? You think she's gonna have this is all Noah shit. People being racist about it? You think she's gonna have any of that shit up? There's also hold on, the bleacher. You think she's gonna have this fucking tweet? Or does this not get shown because this sort of then weakens her argument? Like, you think you're not gonna have this tweet? Not gonna have this tweet? Will this be up? Probably not. This one? I saw her and imagined I was taking her first time. They're not gonna have this. You think she's gonna have this up? You think this one too? You think she's gonna mention this shit? As to maybe why, if people were seeing this one got 65,000 views. This other one got 19,000 views. So some people were seeing it, about the same amount of people who she's covering in her own video right now. You think she's gonna cover this? Because the tweets that she's showing aren't these tweets that have like millions of views. It's like what? This one
Is
says
this expanded on?
what? 17K. This one has 1.4 okay, 3.2 million views. And then the next one she shows has cut out. Okay, this one has 34,000.
The
right?
creeps. This is low. I sneeze a child and immediately fuzzy. It's not heads and disgusting humans.
Interesting that she's cutting a tweet out that way. But here we go. Let's go back. Oh god, of course Cuties is gonna be mentioned, huh?
Make her look like a
Okay, this one got 1,500 views. These other ones got 19,000. Yeah, she's focusing on this shit.
star though. Why is the child sexy? Everyone else is as creepy as they are. Like a game that Cuties, where the fact that Diana is a child. Compare that to Cuties, where there were up closes of real children twerking. That is media. That is catering to those people. An article recently came out from the outlet The Gamer that in the beginning talks about what happened on the Reddit and how disgusting some people are being towards the character Diana. Okay, fair enough, I agree. But then towards the end, the author throws in something very telling. I have not yet played Pragmata, and that's because I'm a little tapped out on stories where men adopt daughter-like figures and prove their masculinity by protecting them. That is their real problem. Men protecting people. That's
Now we play the game where I have to read the article because The Gamer Pragmata. Let's just see. All right, let's see what this article is actually about. How long is it? Okay, so first half is talking about, she says, okay, fuck. All right, I guess we gotta do some reading, you guys. I don't really mind if some people find video game characters attractive. If they did mind, it'd be hypocritical. Do people get... Okay, no, not this part. Who cares? Not this part. Who cares? Stella Blade. Okay, Pragmata. Let's just start right here. And around to police Reddit banned Pragmata subreddit because of its content. We're over that. Even gaming communities being influenced toxic. This is a rare occurrence. Okay. All right. No, Diana is barefoot because she charges through her feet, and while it does convey childlike innocence to most players, the meme makes it harder to view this design choice through a lens which gives devs the benefit of the doubt regarding which audience they are catering to. That's a fair point to make. What has struck me the most with this is the boldness of it all. I am not so naive to be as shocked by some of this behavior, nor am I ignorant to the fact that there are some bad people in corners of the internet. But that's just it. They aren't in corners anymore. It feels like Pragmata signals a normalization of this approach to gaming where everything exists to be sexualized, and anything that cannot be sexualized is acting in service of the nefarious agenda to fundamentally shift society towards wokeness. This is an article that is addressing the larger culture at whole. Pragmata is just a talking point, but there's a larger issue, which is what they're getting at here. But of course, fucking gamers on the internet are going to be like, oh, they hate masculinity. Because like we said before, people don't take the fucking 2 steps further to think about it. There was a similar sort of cheap discussion over Stella Blade, but at least the woman being objectified was a woman, not a child. That does make it better, even though it's necessarily make it okay. And even against the Baldur's Gate 3... wait, hold on. She doesn't need to be barefoot charging. There's an alternate version. Yeah, but the alternate is not the main, right? So I don't really care about that. But all of this, the entire culture where everyone's beautiful but no one is horny, is far more intellectual discussion about how we approach and react to modern media. There's a balance between those who wish to over-sanitize media, considering sex scenes to hold no narrative weight, to even be intrusive to as viewers' sensibilities, and those who have flattened culture down to be nothing but a magazine wrapped in black plastic and sold on the top shelves of newsagents. Is that the whole thing? But it's kind of besides the point to delve into this when the subject of the battleground is an actual child, fictional or not. I've not yet played Pragmatic, and that's because I'm a little tapped out on stories where men adopt daughter-like figures and prove their masculinity by protecting them. And here's a link to that. I suppose it's marginally a better power fantasy than killing everybody with your awesome strength, but then The Last of Us makes room for both anyway. If I play Pragmata and Capcom's post-launch attitude towards Diana fandom will be a major factor in this, it won't be because I find the child at the center of the game attractive. I hope gaming can get back to a place where if it's too much to hope that these people cease to exist, that at the very least they don't get to be so proud of it without consequence. How can this be the main point? How can this be the main point of the article when it's like a small paragraph? When the rest of it is addressing the culture war, is addressing the fact that, like you said here, it's no longer corners in the internet, it's all over the place. It's so interesting to me that people go out of their way when it comes to these kinds of topics, right? Like lolicons or whatever. But then when it's like just representation of like queer people, no, that's bad. Don't do that. That's universally bad. But this lowly character, well, there's no studies that show it's harmful. In fact, a lot of pederasts aren't pedophiles. What kind of counterpoint is that? A lot of child abusers aren't into kids. Great. Like, oh my God.
That's just them proving their masculinity. And as we all know, masculinity bad.
Blatantly not fuel, whether you agree with it or not. The average attraction trope on a little girl, blonde.
I think the men who play this are probably creepy, but how is it Nazi propaganda? Blonde, blue-eyed toddler and tiaras looking white girl you have to save is literally Nazi propaganda straight out of the 1930s, dude. Sorry, I don't see it. Ugh, I really don't have the energy to deal with this. Just use your brain. Sorry, I don't have the energy to explain my schizophrenic paranoid delusion. Good. I don't have the energy to listen to it. Listen, I know we're all used to seeing gay, black, Hispanic, disabled furries in media lately, but I promise you.
Man, I don't know if I want to finish this video anymore. I don't know if I want to like keep doing this. I don't know if I want to like do this anymore, man. It's like, we get it, ShoeonHead. We understand that you flip-flop along ideologies and we know where you currently are. But to bring up the whole, like, we know you're used to seeing gay, and she's gonna be like, but I promise you seeing a child is okay or some shit like that, right?
White people still exist. It's not Nazi propaganda.
I feel like this girl character is an objectification of the idealized child. She's pulled right from the patriarchal white supremacist imagination, the perfect pure white girl child that must be protected so she can produce the next white generation.
Like, it's so, why are you still doing this pick me shit is what I don't understand. You're already married and have a child. What are you doing this for? Like, what are you doing this for?
Anyway.
Funny how y'all have paternal instincts for a child with a model woman's face plastered on it. Make her look like an actual kid with missing teeth, short hair, bare face. The gap.
Let me just give myself some brain damage.
Oh my God. Is this just future content?
Cater to pedophiles? Am I following that correctly? Also, the face on the left is like a child 6 to 7 years old. And the one on the right is like a 3-year-old. Diana's a robot kid. She's not a robot toddler. Also, again, she looks like a kid. Am I going insane? Like, that looks just like a little kid.
Honestly, I think Dan looks too uncanny valley, to be honest.
Do they just want her to look ugly? Is that what this is? They want her to be ugly? Like, I need more brain damage. Hold on.
Weeb incel gamers LARPing saying, ooh, I want to be a dad now, because they're manipulative, creepy freaks and like the ooh little girl with the model face, especially the lolicons of they're playing.
First of all, why are they acting like it's realistic to portray children as ugly and disgusting? Children are not ugly and disgusting. Like, they're cute and adorable. That's what they're known for. Like, yes, she's made to look cute. Yes. That's how you know this game was not made by Western video game developers.
There we go. There we go. I legitimately was waiting for this. I'm waiting for her to hit all the points. She basically mentions like the DEI stuff with the gay, furry, black, trans stuff. I was waiting for Western developers. I legitimately was waiting for that. Because of course. Because of the agenda, right, Shu?
That's how you know there was no Liliths on the dev team here.
You
There we
guys
go.
will lose your shit while playing Bioshock. Actually, Bioshock is a really good example of this design working right. The little sisters are all gross and have gray-green skin.
No, you don't understand. Everything around me must be ugly as or I will furiously start masturbating. This all sounds like 2014 discourse.
Hey, what the fuck, ShoeonHead? Actually, Bioshock is a really good example of this design working right. The little sisters are all gross and have gray skin, gray-green skin, but despite that, the player still empathizes with that. Hey, how come we don't address that point? How come we don't address that point? Where they said that this framing still works because the child aren't traditionally or cute or whatever, and you still empathize with them because that instinct is not dependent on them being adorable. You know they're little girls, you know they're little children, so you want to protect them off that, not because you think she looks cute. Just ignored all of that just to go
And
this.
have gray-green skin.
No, you don't understand. Everything around me must be ugly as or I will furiously start masturbating.
See, she has no counter to that, so she has to go no, you guys don't get it. We need this to be ugly because I'm secretly a pedo. That's what her whole point is. Because we want everything to be ugly. This is going to be her talking point for a while, I can tell.
This all sounds like 2014 discourse because it is 2014 discourse.
Please don't let there be Gamergate 2.0. Who's going to be the ShoeonHead 2.0?
Oh, so you are really out of the fucking loop. You are really out of the loop if you think this is going to be Gamergate 2.0 and not the thing we've been dealing with for the last 2 years. So she has nothing to do. She has no idea about Sweet Baby Inc., right? It's weird because she's still adopting the whole Western games make women ugly framing, but she's not aware of the Sweet Baby Inc. She's not aware of them going on these crusades against community managers, against game journalists, any of that stuff. You're just like, oh God, they're doing Gamergate again. I called this Gamergate 2.0 years ago. You are out of the loop.
To emerge from the Gamergate 2.0. If she's listening now, this might sound very vague, but don't. That thing? Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Hugh, thanks for talking to me all the time. Ta-da!
Is this supposed to be when we first boarded the tram?
Uh-huh. I drew it. It's for you.
ShoeonHead, more like shoe under a rock, bro. Where have you been?
Look at that. You wrote your name, too. Not half bad, kiddo.
This robot girl makes me uncomfortable, and the fact that I haven't seen female gamers fawn over her is interesting. I've seen more clips of her and that man, and that is not how kids
And then they're going to show the clips of the girls who are like fawning over her. The ones I showed you earlier, which is like the hard reset.
behave. Something
You are the something weird. Men like the father simulator game where you have to protect a small child and shoot up a bunch of robots in space? Suspicious. Also, I have seen plenty of female gamers fawn over this character.
Boom. It's like I edited this video myself. But again, is she going to show that tweet that says this is women being hard reset? I guarantee you no. No, okay. For the ones who were just got in here, this is what I'm talking about, mind you. Not this, that's disgusting. Well, that's also part of this. But it was this tweet right here. This one got 2.8 million views. I'm fairly confident she got it from this one. And yet, Diana has become the most important hard reset of the moment. Ladies are going back to factory settings. Weird how she clips that out. I'm going to say straight up, she used this clip. There's no way she found another video that had these three synced up and found it. She clipped this part out. Weird cherry pick, I know. Almost as if the framing of it is women are being set to their correct settings. Because as a woman, you must want and have children.
Decades of antinatalist propaganda, one little bean. There were
God damn, dude. Did she have that other tweet up too? Did she have that fucking rock shitpost rock tweet ready to go too? Like, was she reading off of this? Decades of antenatal. Decades of antenatal. Want to fight climate change, have fewer children, expect action nerves, selling a car, avoiding flights, and going vegetarian according to studies into the true impacts of different green lifestyle choices. Antinatalist
propaganda. One little bean. There were even women cosplaying as her. And when women even
one woman. I love these fringe examples.
expressed how cute they thought Diana was, they're also met with this.
Oh my god, Diana is so precious and adorable. I'm gonna love this game. Thanks for telling everyone why you want to play the game, before you make up some other excuse to hide your pedophilia. What? Water guns are the best. I like it just as much as crayons. I like how the sand feels on my toes. I press down and sink in. Children don't act like this. This is how someone who fetishizes fatherhood wants children to behave. To normal people, it's actually deeply off-putting.
The best part was all the actual parents, like, replying to these people like, yeah, no, that is literally how my 5-year-old acts. It's like, yeah, no, that's pretty accurate.
Oh, but you'll show us the tweets though, right? You'll show us the tweets of the confirmed parents on the internet saying that they like it. I hope you guys understand what I'm getting at when I'm talking about this, right? When I show tweets, I show the entire context of it, so people know what I'm talking about. It's very easy to just be like, blanked out the person's name, which is fair, but also the time and date, so you don't know when this happened.
The best part was all the actual parents.
And then the response, like for this one, you don't know when this response happened. You don't know who it was to. You don't know if this is for the same fucking thread. Like, you don't know. Did the man put out top? Yeah, I saw it already.
It's like, yeah, no, that's pretty accurate. Fetishizing fuck. You mean the human desire to procreate and start a family? Oh, you want?
That's not what she meant, ShoeonHead. When this session says children don't act like this, it's just how someone who fetishist fatherhood wants children to behave. What they mean by that is they have a very ideal or idealized version of how children actually behave, most likely stemming from the fact that they themselves do not interact with children. Like earlier, when you were talking about how they imagine their like daughters. Oh, so not you. Sorry. Like, was it Michael Knowles who said that? Like he was imagining like his daughters cooking him food. Or was it this video? I'm losing my goddamn mind. I'm so sorry, you guys. Either way, there was someone, either you or Michael Knowles, and if I make this video, it's going to make no sense, but whatever, said that it was this video. Okay, thank you. So when you said, you know, having a daughter and she's cooking with your wife, that is, in a sense, fetishizing. Because you are viewing it through the lens of your daughter doing domestic chores for you. I know that can be seen as like, oh, it's just so cute or whatever, but the fact that that's what comes to your head first is a fetish. It's no different than someone saying, oh, I want to have a wife and she's going to give me like 3 kids and she's going to be at home and she's going to do these things, do this and do this and do that. The fact that you're focused more on her doing shit and not her as a person does lend to being a fetish. You have a trad wife fetish that you want to live out. That's what they're talking about. Not like fetishizing children. And they're also pointing out the fact that kids don't fucking act like this.
Off-putting. The best part was all the actual parents, like, replying to these people like, yeah, no, that is literally how my 5-year-old acts. It's like, yeah, no, that's pretty accurate. Fetishizing fuck. You mean the human desire to procreate and start a family? Oh.
No, again, I just explained that. That's not what they're talking about.
You want to meet a woman and settle down and have a family? Maybe have a house, 2 dogs? You sick fuck.
We've reached radioactive levels of incel propaganda.
If Capcom's goal with Pragmatically is to make everyone who plays this game want to be a parent, they've done an amazing job. I would sit back when Diana starts playing and think to myself, so this is what it's like having a daughter. No! That is not what it's like having a daughter.
What the f does incel mean anymore? I feel like I ask this in every single video. This tweet got thousands of likes. I feel like I am going insane. Where does the incel part come from? Like, they want men to be open about their emotions, and then men are open about their emotions, and then they're just called Nazis or incels or...
They're just called Nazis or incels. Yeah, shoot, I'm not going to let you slide with that one. What the fuck are you talking about? Does Nazi mean something different now? And also, if you open up your emotions to someone and people call you a Nazi, you probably have bad emotions. You probably said something very Nazi-like. Like you're not going to slide that in there, because I can give you cover on the whole people might be misusing incel a lot, because I think they do misuse incel a lot. But to then try to be like, they call you an incel or a Nazi, it's like, whoa. You guys, I opened up my feelings to this girl and she called me a misogynist. Women are so mean. It's like, hey, what did you say? What were the feelings you expressed? Were you like, oh, they called you a Nazi? Is it because you were like, we should deport all these illegals? Is it because you kept saying we can't live in a civilized society with these people around? Is it because you're like, Nick Fuentes is mostly right? Were those the emotions you were expressing that made you get labeled a Nazi?
Both. Usually both. It's usually a package deal. And this tweet came from a man, to make things worse. A grown-ass man saw another grown-ass man speaking about the normal human desire to want a family and want children one day, and called him an incel. Cockroach behavior.
In any case, what is this? Capcom's Pragmata. Wait, did it come out already?
Hassan, what video like this would not be complete without a mention of Hassan Piker?
It's making thousands of people suddenly want to start a family. You place Hugh as soldier, stranded on a ruined lunar research station, whose job is protecting the childlike android Diana while fighting rogue.
Also, I will say something too. You guys need to stop watching Pirate Nation. Pirate Nation's a fucking scammer, first and foremost. Secondly, they are completely right-wing. So all of their framing, you have to understand through that lens. All right? It's making thousands of people suddenly want to start a family. It's like
AI. In one emotional moment, she gives him a crayon drawing of the two of them together as a little family. Even streamers who say at the start they didn't want kids end up breaking down happy in tears. So what's really interesting about this is all of these unfuckable losers in the gaming sphere always talk about like starting families and stuff. And I don't understand like why this has become a thing that they care about. Like, if you're a gamer, you should care about things that you actually experience. You should care about things that you actually enjoy, right? If you're a lonely gamer who has never been around a woman and will never have sex with a woman, why do you care? Like, why do you care about having children or like riding for having children? Like, it's just not something that you're going to experience ever for your life, for the rest of your life, right? This is something that I never understand.
Wow, maybe there's a reason people are yearning to start a family and can't afford to have one and can't seem to find a partner. They feel alienated from their work.
Oh my God, don't fucking say it's because people on the internet. Please don't.
And atomized from their community. If only there was a political commentator.
Oh my God. You can't do this. You put out so much fucking like anti-woman content. You can't do that. You think Hassan Piker is the reason why these men are fucking losers, and not because they listen to people like Pirate Nation or Asmongold or Smash AT or Tectone or Heels vs. Babyface or Myron Gaines, the entire Fresh and Fit podcast, Nicholas Fuentes. Like, I could literally go on and on and on and on and on. You think it's because of Hassan Piker? And I know Did Domain mentioned this too, but why is this the game? Why not The Last of Us? Why not The Walking Dead? Why not God of War? Like you mentioned earlier, there were other games that had you in the similar role, including some games where you are taking care of a child, that did not elicit this. You are being disingenuous as a whole if you cannot recognize that the way that Diana looks is very reminiscent of lolly shit. And so there is a large contingent of people online, not everyone, because again, I have the game, who are viewing it through that lens, who now want to protect her. Now they want to be a father. You have to interrogate that too. But I'm expecting too much from you.
Around to speak about all this? Oh well, guess not. First of all, the only care about something if it affects you is extremely libertarian coded, and also very weird coming from a guy who understandably wants everybody to care about a genocide that is happening across the ocean. Second of all, what is this nihilistic horseshit? You never aspire for anything, never aim for greatness and meaning. This is the dude the media wants us to believe.
This is obviously, again, I will say this, Hassan is really bad at fucking framing shit, especially when he's making jokes, because he doesn't change his inflection to let people know he's making a joke. But when he says these unfuckable losers, he is talking about a specific subset of gamers. He himself plays video games. So I doubt he's calling himself an unfuckable loser who should not aspire to have a family. But again, you are ignoring the larger culture here because you clearly aren't a part of it. There are a ton of people in the gaming space who espouse this same rhetoric, who are the very same men who will attack women. Okay? Their ideology does not conform to their expectations, because these are the same men who will be like, this is good and wholesome, I want to start a family, but then every woman is a whore. Every woman's a slut. Every woman is, X, Y, and Z. Oh, they showed their body, they're sluts, they're whores. Up there, they're that. They don't look like my digital girls. Therefore, I don't want them. There are multiple contingents of people like that. So, like, that's what he's talking about. Not everyone who plays fucking video games.
Believe is going to save young men from the alt-right pipeline. Yeah, okay. And I love how he's like, unfuckable losers. Like, okay, congrats on the sex, bro. Check out this sex haver over here. I'm sure all those unfuckable losers could easily go to foreign brothels and pay for sex.
Oh my god, dude. They're still doing this brothel shit. They're still, like, these people don't have new material. Like, they don't have new material. And yeah, okay, if they went to a brothel and had sex, they wouldn't be unfuckable. They had sex. Like, what she's trying to do here is do a level of both sides and be like, look at me, I'm rational. This real centrist bullshit. But it's very obvious where her lean is, because she refuses to engage in this in any sort of intellectual honesty. So far, it's been cherry-picked tweets with no way to confirm any of them. And then an article from The Gamer. And this is supposed to be indicative of everything. Like, this is crazy shoddy work.
Like you, Hassan. Something weird about a man who could easily consensually get sex from a woman but chooses to go to a brothel. I don't know. Just saying. Also,
that's her calling Hassan hot, by the way.
35? No kids? Like, I'm sorry, that just pisses me off. Like, sitting in his ugly ass $600 Gucci sweater. I swear I've never seen this guy in a fucking more out of life.
We're
I don't
still talking
understand how
about
someone could be so mentally mind raped that this is their reaction to such like a simple.
We're using the word mind raped over this
wholesome concept. Like, literally, no joke, the entire meaning of life is somehow
Child that looked
God.
like that. I'd probably attack it. I felt like hitting her. The right-wing nutjobs seeing this and feeling paternal instincts are just predators. The only instinct I feel as a man right now is self-defense.
Oh, so she does have this shit post rock tweet up here.
I want to kill it.
Yes, the ones saying they want to protect a kid are the predators, not the ones saying they want to kill it.
The only thing I felt while watching this is
Oh, okay. So the hard reset. So she did have this. I was right. She used this clip. Is she going to address this shit though?
pure bloodlust for that annoying creature. I hate children so much. Before you come at me, yes, I'm a 35-year-old crazy cat lady and proud of it. Stay mad.
So we can't interpret this as someone not being serious now? We can't interpret this as someone not being serious? Now everyone on the serious is everyone on the internet, especially on Twitter, is the most serious person. What she's saying is clearly fucking insane. Why are we not talking about this though? Diana has become the most important hard reset of the moment. Ladies going back to factory settings. Why is this being ignored in the conversation about this game?
First of all, every time you see a little smiley face like that, that's how you know that person is madder than they've ever been in their entire life. Listen, obviously, if you simply don't want kids, that's fine. Like, whatever. Not everyone wants kids. Not everyone wants to be.
But ShoeonHead, you just made fun of Hassan for not having children. I don't know jokes. What's happening? Do you see how that works? Do you see how easy that is? Now it's cool. Now, if you don't have kids, it's fine. But you don't have children? Wait a minute. And also, going back to that, him having sex and not having children, there's two different separate things, right? Like, yeah, he had sex with one kid, but you're like, oh, Mr. Sex Haver, but you don't have children? Like, and then you say, but it's okay to have children? Like, I'm just saying you can't spend the time dedicated to him being upset about his bad thing when you're also doing stupid bad takes like this too.
Parent. But the societal attitude, the difference between men and women here, how they handle this situation is so like fascinating to me.
I'm probably never having kids. I'm probably going to play video games for the rest of my life. I'm probably going to be as hot for as long as I can. And I'm probably going to keep making money. That's probably what's going to happen for the next 40 years.
And she got a ton of shit. You better show all the men who were attacking her for this statement. Because if you won't, I will.
Until people are just going to keep being mad at me about it. Menopause is going to hit me like a brick wall, but at least I will be getting the bag until then. You don't want kids? I'll do it whenever I want. I don't think I'm running out of time.
Absolute delusion.
Cool.
I feel like a lot of
It's okay for you not to want to have kids, but if you don't want to have kids, absolutely deluded.
men in this situation are like, damn, I wish I had a family. That sucks. Women overcompensate and they pretend to be proud of it, and it just comes off as really kind of sad.
What the fuck is this person? Are you schizophrenic? You cannot say it's okay to not want to have kids. And then when someone specifically says, I don't want to have kids, I want to do this instead. Or you know what? I have time to have children. You're delusional. So she has to have kids? Like, this is doing me in, bro. How within like the span of 3 minutes do you contradict yourself 3 separate times? You cannot say it's okay to not want to have kids. And then she didn't even, like, Valkyrie didn't even say anything mad about kids. She wasn't like, kids are disgusting or gross, I want to hurt them. She just said, I want to have kids. I want to keep doing this. I want to stay hot. I want to get my money. You're allowed to do that. ShoeonHead, you just said that, but now you're saying delusional, because it's actually sad when women don't want to have kids, because it's secretly gross. They secretly do want to have kids.
I guess it's like, as a woman for a long time, it's like, oh, you're too young to have kids. Don't have kids. It will ruin your life and your body and your career. Don't have children. And then all of a sudden you hit a certain age and it's like, your eggs, ma'am. I get it. It's frustrating. I get it. I hid my pregnancy from the internet. Nobody knew I was pregnant. Well, some of you guessed, because I was fat as fuck. But anyway, I hid it from the internet. And while I was like 5 months pregnant, I was getting tweets from like groypers and like, TikTok, your eggs are drying up. But this like, fuck you haters, I got my cats. Enough. Stop spreading that attitude. Stop being a crab in a bucket. Like, even if you don't have children, that's fine. You could find other meaning in your life.
But clearly not. You are not giving off that vibe, June. You are not giving off the it's fine to not have children. You just want to tirade, calling it sad and saying it's a crabs in a bucket mentality.
Obviously. But don't encourage that type of mindset. The amount of anti-natalist propaganda.
Jesus Christ. So let me get this straight. The groypers can send you the clock memes. You can fall for propaganda to have children. But if there's anti-natalist propaganda, that's the bad one to fall for. So what's the choice here, June? Are women supposed to have kids or not? You cannot both sides this issue. You can't say it's okay to not have children, but don't promote it. Someone asked her if she's going to have kids, and she said no. Why are you promoting this? That's anti-natalist. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. How's the consistency?
Young men and young women see nowadays is like insane. But the biggest anti-natalist propaganda has to be like $3,000 rent, $2,000 daycare, and student debt. Honestly, like,
that's propaganda.
Honest, it's just sad because like through
that's
all
propaganda.
Of history, like, imagine your ancestors. They've been through like war and famine.
Oh, get the fuck out of here! You cannot talk about propaganda and do some return shit immediately after. That's not propaganda. That's called reality. Raising a child is expensive. Wages have become stagnant. Shit's not affordable. Don't know if maybe not everyone has your situation, June, but shit's not affordable for a lot of people. What the fuck are you talking about? How is that propaganda? This is the shit that pisses me off. People who like to pretend they have some sort of elevated position on something, and they say the most dumbass things you could possibly imagine. It's propaganda, you guys. You can't afford things. Things are too expensive. You have debt. That's propaganda. Because your grandparents in fucking 1925 could have children because granddad could go to the goddamn factory for $30 an hour and get a goddamn house.
And you're just going to end your bloodline because the rent is too high. But it's understandable.
Yeah, fuck it. Don't do that, you guys. Have kids you can't afford. Have kids you can't afford. I'm sure June has never made statements about certain groups of people having children they couldn't afford. Matter of fact, let me just look at your output real quick. Just real quick here, June. Real quick. The cult of cry bullies, and you have women on there. It's all men's fault. Men loser epidemic. So yeah, again, she's definitely on her pick me kick. The cougar epidemic. Are men more shallow than women? America's in shambles. Twitch thoughts. Did we fail, man? God damn, this shit's making me sick. TikTok trial wives. I have a question. If I type in like welfare, for example. Why just under welfare? This does not look like. This does not look like someone. Oh, this is 5 years ago. Oh, she just takes a lot of time off, doesn't she? A lot of her content just seems to be focused around this bullshit. But June, do you not think that people having fucking expenses can, because now my question is, are you going to think about the quality the child's going to have? Because let's say the average a person, they're living either paycheck to paycheck. They have roommates. You want that person to have a baby and then do what? Because she just said, "Oh, you're ending your bloodline." Because she has a kid, she's fine. This is some of the most myopic bullshit. Like, this is someone who doesn't have empathy or the ability to take other people's perspective. Like, it's so fucking sad, dude. It's so fucking sad.
They don't feel like they can support a child. They can barely support themselves, especially on one income, like how it used to be. Those days are gone. You know, if I was president and I wanted to make America great again, that would be the thing I focus on the most. But no, we have to do another bullshit war in the Middle East. Okay, whatever. We're not going into that. Not in this video. Lots of strange war in the Middle East. $1,000 rent, $2,000. Biggest antinatalist propaganda has to be like $3,000 rent, $2,000 daycare, and student debt. Honestly, like, if we're being honest, it's just sad because, like, through all of history, like, imagine your ancestors. They've been through like war and famine, and you're just gonna end your bloodline because the rent is too high.
This is what she says, right? Now listen to the second part.
But it's understandable. They don't feel like they can support a child. They can barely support themselves, especially on one income, like how it used to be. Those days are gone. You know, if I was president and I wanted to make America great again, that would be the thing I focus on the most.
Then how is it propaganda, June, if that's the reality? Like, I'm losing my goddamn mind. I'm losing my goddamn mind. How is this propaganda if this is the actual reality that you yourself are recognizing? That cannot be propaganda. By definition, that is not propaganda. That is not propaganda. You're saying it's bullshit that people aren't having kids because they say the rent's too high and they have debt. And then you literally say, actually, no, I understand that because, you know, they don't think they can afford to take care of themselves and things are expensive. That's not propaganda. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. That is a contradiction of ideology. Like, that's what I was talking about before. There's no consistency with these people. It's just contradiction. But let me dunk on Hassan. Let me dunk on random people on Twitter. And there you go. I'm so smart. Please, someone in the comment section, catch this. Slap me, call me Adolf. I like cats. I'm in Frodo. People, every execution is a confession. Okay. I'm sorry. I have to. How is it propaganda to say that people aren't having kids due to affordability issues, and then you literally say, what does she say exactly?
Had a family, that sucks. Women overcompensate and they pretend to be dollar daycare, and strange reality young men and young women see nowadays is like insane. But the biggest antinatalist propaganda has to be like $3,000 rent, $2,000 daycare, and student debt. Honestly, like, if we're being honest, it's just sad because like through all of history, like imagine your ancestors, they've been through like war and famine, and you're just gonna end your bloodline because the rent is too high. But it's understandable. They don't feel like they can support a child. They can barely support themselves.
They don't feel like they can support a child. They can barely support themselves. That is literal reality.
Especially on one income, like how it used to be. Those days are gone. You know, if I was president and I wanted to make America or in the Middle East game, let's clear some things up. Childless men do not have paternal instincts the way childless women have maternal instincts. Men first experience paternal instincts once they have their own children, and typically, those paternal instincts are only ever felt for their own children and no one else's. Men are not nurturers. Men don't gush over cute kids in public. Men don't have baby fever. If a man wants to possess a child for any reason other than it being a product of his own lineage, he's likely a predator.
Now, before ShoeonHead does whatever she's going to do, I'm going to say that I disagree with this vehemently, because I am one of those men. I do have a want to have children, and not in some sort of predatory sense. I have worked with children. I have friends who have kids. I've always wanted to be a father. So like I do gush a bit. My girlfriend sends me random Instagram fucking clips of children. I've said, now, you know, I tell her, I say, well, I used to tell her, baby, we don't have money for that. We can't afford that. But now I'm going to tell her, a YouTuber told me that actually we should just have kids right now, and damn the consequences.
What? Okay. First of all, even from like anecdotal common sense, this is just not true. This is obviously bullshit. Research literally shows that childless men experience like the desire for fatherhood almost just as much as childless women experience the desire for motherhood. Apparently, young men want children more than young women do nowadays. Many men, including childless men, exhibit caregiving, protective responses to infants, even if they're not their own. All through history, men have protected, mentored, even died for kids that weren't their own. Also,
okay, that's extreme. To say all throughout history, in what context are you referring to? Because if it's some bullshit like men going to war, that's abstract. Like I would like to see the data on that particular thing where men were dying for children that weren't their own.
with this logic, like uncles, stepdads, adoptive fathers, like anyone like that is a predator. Like men just have the protector gene, and this game just activates it. It's really not deeper than that. Yes, it's true men don't have maternal instincts, but men do have paternal instincts. There's a reason this game is about protecting her from evil robots in space and not like, I don't know, breastfeeding her. Yes, women and men are different. And a huge factor in this very popular trope is that the man
nut picking fallacy. Also, I hate the whole protector gene shit so goddamn much, because mothers also have a protector gene, right? How many times have you seen mothers go against the fathers to protect their child when the fathers are extremely abusive? If they didn't have that protector gene, they would just be like, oh my God, someone help me protect my son or my daughter from my husband. So I hate that shit to begin with. I hate that too. But I'm not fully disagreeing with ShoeonHead on this particular aspect. Like I stated earlier, I think it's insane to say that basically all men are predators in that regard. Like, oh, if you don't have children, if you want to have children that aren't your own, it's because you're pregnant. No, it's fucking stupid. But she also doesn't help herself by saying shit like this.
Gradually develops paternal instincts over the child despite his stoic, emotionally distant, masculine nature. These gamers are experiencing that through the main character. If Capcom's goal with Pragmata was to make everyone who plays this game want to be a parent, then they've done an amazing job. I always sit back when Diana starts playing and think to myself, so this is what it's like to have a daughter? She's so cute. And for the record, yes, that is what having kids is like. It's also not so fun stuff and lots of responsibility, but the good parts completely outweigh the bad.
But that's something that's important to talk about though, right? Like they are having an unrealistic portrayal, or at least taking an unrealistic approach to this, because they're just seeing all the good fun parts. It's like, this might sound callous, but it's like when people want a puppy and they see how cute the puppy is, and oh my God, the puppy's so cute. It's so adorable. It's so fashionable. Look, I'm old. Paris Hilton has a little chihuahua inside of her purse. Oh, I want a chihuahua, because they only show the good fun parts. But then once they get with the real shit, like the cleaning, feeding, clothing, fucking supporting in terms of giving them a home on stuff too, that's the real shit. You have to be willing to look at that aspect of it and still be like, I can do this. I want this. Like, I'm fully aware becoming a parent means, especially a parent of a young child, means many sleepless nights, lots of hospital visits, like a lot of money being spent before the child gets here, a lot of money being spent while, when the child is here. All that shit. And I still want that. But you can't get that from a fucking video game that only shows the highlight and the good part. You can't. That's what I was talking about. I'm saying this game should not make you want to be a parent, because this is not an accurate representation. And even her as the parent saying that, yeah, but there's bad parts too. The bad parts, I don't want to say bad parts, but like the real parts are daily.
Make it all worth it. There were hundreds of tweets from people, mostly childless people, mind you, being like, that's not what having a child is like, actually, you stupid gamer. It's actually terrible and awful. Men like this view having a daughter like having a pet dog. Once she grows up and isn't a cute little girl anymore, they'll begin to resent her. Men really do want kids the way kids want a puppy. All the fun, but none of the responsibility.
Again, because this is kind of what I said. I'm not saying this in terms of this is what men are. What I'm saying is, if this specific game, I'm not a parent yet, but you guys are all my sons. But if this specific game, which does not highlight the realities of parenthood, makes you want to be a parent, you want to be a parent for the wrong reason. That's why I made the dog analogy, the puppy analogy. You aren't getting the full breadth of it. This is like playing Call of Duty and being like, this shit makes me want to join the military. Hey man, you're only seeing the cool cutscenes. You're only seeing the cool guns. You're not seeing like the mental toll this is going to take on you. You're not seeing any of the other shit. Like it's I'm just saying, like, there is not a real expectation that you can glean from playing fucking Pragmata. It's weird that this is even the conversation, to be completely honest.
I don't like the way you guys talk about children. Like, they aren't toys. People will lose their minds when they realize that kids aren't like a dog or cat. They're a goddamn nightmare. Watching a child play with a toy.
Okay, fine. Let's look at this nut picking fallacy. Is an informed fallacy where an individual intentionally selects extreme fringe, non-present, or absurd statements members of a group and presents them as typical of the whole. It is a form of installment. Oh, this is her entire fucking video. Yeah, 100%. Her entire video is nut picking.
And actually raising a child are two completely separate things. Kids are adorable when they're calm and playful, but little demons when they're screaming, snotting, and destroying your shit and keeping you up at night. Men really think having children is easy and fun. It's not so fun when they're pissing and shit and crying nonstop. Do you have kids? No, and I got my tube side 3 years ago, but thanks for asking.
Wow, Diana's so cute. Maybe I want kids one day. Did you know they poop and pee and cry? Why this compulsive need to counter signal this?
Watching a fictional
What the fuck do you mean counter signaling? That's how children are. It's so weird that me, childless man, and you, woman with the child, are like saying like, why are you ignoring that reality? Again, this is all about expectation. This video game doesn't even have you taking care of this child in the traditional sense, because you would not be, I know I'm being extreme, you would not be putting her on your back while you're shooting fucking robots, right? Your life is not going to be that exciting. But it doesn't even do like you have to fucking bathe her and shower her and feed her, and she gets sick, take care of her. She's a fucking robot that hacks shit. Like, that's it.
Kid play with toys for a few seconds and thinking that's what it's like raising an actual human being is probably a sign you have zero idea what it really looks like being a parent, and you should not base your decision.
This is actually fucking facts right here.
Off a video game character. Wait, wait, this community note. OP is an e-girl with an OnlyFans.
What does that mean? What does that matter? Why does that matter? ShoeonHead, why does that matter? Argue her point, please.
You stupid gamers don't get it. Doom scrolling TikTok and having multiple failed situationships is true happiness. Children are a burden.
See, you have no fucking argument. You have no fucking argument. So you go the pick me misogyny route, because this is 100% fact. You can't engage with this at all. So that's why she needed to focus on the community note. Don't do this kind of content if you cannot actually engage with the opposition. And also, she didn't speak negatively about children either. She just said, which is what I've been saying, if this is what you think is going to be fatherhood or parenthood, you should not base the decision off a video game character. That's what she says. And then she goes, oh, look, thank you, Kamina, for saving me. And this community, is so fucking, it didn't even get approved. Needs more ratings. She's an ego OnlyFans account. So what? Does that make her point not matter anymore? Was there anything that she said that was factually false? No. But you can't argue against it. So you want to go, she's fucking an OnlyFans girl, which must mean she has, what according to you?
Having multiple failed situationships is...
She must have multiple failed situationships. So now you're casting aspersions on someone. You're basically doing an ad hominem because you cannot engage with the material of their argument. It doesn't matter.
True happiness. Children are a burden.
She never said children were a burden.
Nobody is saying parenting is easy. Nobody said that. All the parts parents say are the best parts. All the parts parents say are worth it. That is what people are seeing and yearning for. They have this like insane...
That's also you assuming. Because this person literally stated, I sit back and watch as Diana starts playing and think to myself, is this with having a daughter? So he's specifically referring to her just playing. That's what makes it think about having a daughter, not anything else. You are making assumptions here.
Doom scrolling TikTok say are the best parts. All the parts parents say are worth it. That is what people are seeing and yearning for. They have this...
And she's also saying that's not a complete picture. Because it's not. Like, why is she acting as if people yearning for something still can't be taken with the level of criticism? If you want to be rich and famous, for example, you want to be famous, you want to be a celebrity, and you see all the views they get, okay, well, this looks awesome. And then you realize, oh my God, people are going to be doxing me. People are going to be talking about me, about my body. People are going to be, it's like, yeah, there's a lot of shit that comes with this. Had you known all these things would come with it, you might have made a different decision. That's essentially what her argument is. But you don't want to engage with it like that.
It's like insane compulsion to attack anything that's like remotely pro-family.
And she's not even attacking it. She's bringing up a valid point. Argue the point.
I guess because it culturally clocks as conservative. So you have to just shun it and mock it, or else.
Are you not shunning and mocking? Did you not shun and mock her for having an OnlyFans? Did you not say she had multiple failed situationships? You are engaging in the very shit you're criticizing.
you're doing a fascist propaganda or something. This whole thing has just been a litmus test for humanity. On one side, people who long for love and meaning and human connection desire deeper things and they're in touch with their humanity. And on the other side, miserable, insane freaks who want to destroy everything.
Yeah, she's definitely nutpicking right here. She's nutpicking.
Pure and wholesome. And then on the sidelines, normal people who just think this is a fun game. Yeah, that's probably most people. I think we're a little too online sometimes. So we have established that the broveries have been activated by this game, but is the male biological clock real?
I don't care.
Unlike women who are born with a specific...
I don't care. I don't care. I'm done. I don't care. I don't care. This is a waste of my goddamn time. This is the waste of my goddamn time, dude. See, what things you guys can't say about me, I know I have a lot of naysayers who say I don't engage in people's arguments. I've engaged with this argument for over a fucking hour. But I actually listened and countered points and brought up counterpoints. She just wants to make half funny jokes and then be like, oh my God, you're an OnlyFans model. Opinion detected, opinion rejected. OF detected, opinion rejected. She even had a part where she has a bucket that says online like e-thought prostitute opinions. Like, this is, mind you, this is a person who doesn't understand what actual propaganda is. So I should be,
This is a fun game.
I should be like cognizant of that, but still. Like, it's so fucking annoying though, dude. Like, this is just like Michael Knowles popping in Invincible. There's someone who's clearly has a agenda they want to push here, to pretends like they don't have an agenda they're pushing, and then throughout their own video contradicts themselves. It's propaganda. It's anti-Nay's propaganda to say that you don't want to have children because you can't afford it. But I understand that you can't afford it because, you know, you can barely support yourself. But it's propaganda. Hey, women, you don't have to have children. That's A-okay. But oh my God, Valkyrie doesn't have children, doesn't want to have children. That's delusional. No, you cannot want children, but also don't like promote it or anything. Because they think anyone talking about it is promoting it. That's the thing too. The discussion of something to them is the same as promoting it. Just like in the Michael Knowles video, we're talking about Invincible was like promoting pro-abortion. Like, just having their fucking conversation or addressing it is not a promotion of it. It's not propaganda to say shit is too expensive. That's not propaganda. That's literally what's happening. People can't afford groceries. People can't even afford baby formula. And that's been going on for years now. People can't afford childcare. And you're gonna be like, that's an excuse. That's propaganda. Why? Oh, because you can afford it. Fucking hell, man. Like, I'm so sick of these people who are so out of touch with the day-to-day realities of people, who can just, you know, make content on YouTube and get millions of views and probably have like a Patreon stuff and get people who support them to where they don't have to worry about the situation living paycheck to paycheck. Like, yes, ShoeonHead has been a successful content creator for a very long time. I'm sure she is well off, at the very least not struggling. Good for you. That is not the reality for most people. I have friends who were parents who each of them work 2 jobs. One of my friends is my supervisor, and she has a child and she's married and she's with her family because she's expensive. Not everyone has her situation. Like, it's so weird to be like, you would think being a parent would give you a sense of perspective, but apparently no. Apparently it's just, well, I'm doing it, so why don't you guys have it? It's, oh yeah, let's be really open and let's have empathy, but actually no. You should have children. Don't fall for anti-natalist propaganda. So then fall for pro-natal propaganda. So have children, even though I can't afford it. Why can't we have that decision? Why can't people choose? You want to have a kid and you had a kid, June. Fine. Valkyrie doesn't want to have kids. And if she wants to have kids when she's older, she can. She can adopt. Not everyone wants to have biological children. That doesn't make them any less of a parent, too. And then to go like, oh, well, you know, they say trying to have kids is like conservative coded. And then the very next thing you say is some extremely conservative shit. Like, oh my fucking God, dude. It's so just, it's so annoying. It's so beyond annoying.